नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपकदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरोर् श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरोर्न वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगण रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपादान् सहगण ललिता श्री विशाखान्वितांश्च। नमः ओं विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिनिति नामिने। नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे। हे कृष्ण करुणा सिंधो दीनबंधो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कांत राधा कांत नमोस्तुते। जयतां सुरतौ पंगो मम मंदमतेर्गति मत्सर्वस्य पदाम्भोजौ राधा मदनमोहनं। देव्यवृन्दारण्यकल्पद्रुमादः श्रीमद्रत्नागार सिंहासनस्थौ श्रीमद्राधा श्रीलगोविन्ददेवो प्रेष्ठादेवी सेव्यमानो स्मरामि। श्रीमान् रासरसारम्भे वंशे वटतटस्थितः कर्षन् वेणु स्वनैर्गोपी गोपीनाथ श्रीयस्तुनः। तप्तकाञ्चन गौराङ्गे राधे वृन्दावनेश्वरे वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। Now we'll get into the third story, and this is the story of an incarnation. This is the story of incarnation and the story of a protection. It is an invisible protection. Sometimes it so happens that you are protected, but who is protecting you don't know. It so happens. So this is a story of invisible protection and a story of incarnation. And today, now we are going to hear Kurma Bhagavan. So this is a great wonderful story of Kurma avatar we are going to now discuss as our third story today's. So it is clearly mentioned in Bhagavad Gita, Jayadham mam prapadyante stam tadhaiva bhajamyaham. Krishna says, to what extent you are actually rendering service, to that extent I also reciprocate. It is mentioned. So if somebody is really giving whole life, then Krishna also gives whole thing. If somebody gives partial, Krishna also gives partial. So that's why we see that some devotees are progressing great. They are just moving at a rocket speed. Somebody are slow, somebody are stopped, and somebody being pushed, somebody feel like many conditions. So it is not one should not ending up saying that, oh, it's all Krishna's wish. No, it is not Krishna's wish. It is your wish. It is your wish that if you want to really, I want to have my spiritual journey on the top gear, and it should be like traveling on the top gear on express highway. If you desire so, speak so, you will get it. But if you say that, okay, let my devotion service will be in a very crowded packed road, so every minute you have to keep on changing gear. If you desire so, it will happen. So it's all whatever you desire, and the same thing happens. That's why we find very interestingly that somebody reach to a great extent and somebody will not reach to extent. This is in the devotees case. And now if you compare the devotees and those who are not connected to God but they are into the material world, the Lord will show definitely more attraction towards devotee, as we discussed in the beginning of our Bhagavatam Katha today, that even if we are competing or if we are working towards a project or towards some endeavor like that, even the place is safe, your endeavor is same, your goal is same, and your time is same, you are working same efforts, and but if you are having the shelter, if you have taken shelter of Supreme Lord Krishna, and you will be the winner. Though it appears that you are apparently losing it, but you can be very sure that you are going to be winner. One should develop that type of faith. The whole purpose of hearing Bhagavatam again and again, hearing Bhagavatam again and again, and hearing the wonderful pastimes and protection by Krishna repeatedly shows to at the end of life or even during the life, we should develop the faith that ultimately I am going to be the winner in my devotional path. So when you have this confidence, conviction, then means you are actually situated in the real knowledge. So now the story of the Kurma Bhagavan, the story is coming. So we have heard the fourth Manvantara, that is Tamas Manvantara, the great story of protection of devotee took place, that is Gajendra Moksha. So Sukadeva Goswami is further telling that then the Tamasa is having another brother, his name is Raivata. So we have seen that Priyavata is such a, as I mentioned many times, Priyavata is my role model in really achieving wonderful things. And he has a wonderful 3 sons. And all the three became Manus. So beautiful. That Uttama Manu, next Tamasa Manvantara, and Raivata is another 3rd son, and he also has become Manu after the Tamasa. And every time the Supreme Lord is appearing to perform a great Leela. And at that time, the Priyavata's son is ruling. Wow, such a great. So he really did that. He wanted like that. He did tapasya and he got such type of sons, and he is performing and is creating a great platform for the Lord to appear. So in the 5th Manvantara, the another son Raivata has become the Manu. It's called Raivata Manvantara. So in this Raivata Manvantara, the Supreme Lord again appeared. Supreme Lord again appeared in the womb of Devasambhuti. Devasambhuti. He appeared as Ajita. His name is called Ajita. Ajita Bhagavan. So Devasambhuti's husband is Vairaja. So this has happened in the 5th Manvantara, that is called Raivata Manvantara. So in the Vairaja's wife Devasambhuti, the Supreme Lord appeared as Ajita. Why the Ajita appeared? There was a requirement to perform churning of milk ocean. Whenever Supreme Lord comes, he does fantastic, unimaginable, inconceivable tasks with the purpose of doing benefit to demigods or Sattva-guna people. That is whole. And for the universal maintenance, he does that. So there was a requirement to really churn the milk ocean. So without Supreme Lord, it cannot really happen. That's why the Lord appeared as Ajita. And that Manvantara is called Raivata Manvantara. So at that time, the Ajita personally churned the milk ocean and given the ambrosia, the amrita to the demigod. So when Sukadeva Goswami mentioned this point, that how in the Raivata Mantra it's happened, our anxious Parikshit Maharaj immediately asked, "Oh, can you please explain me what our great personality Ajita did? Can you please tell me this?" Then Sukadeva Goswami, as I mentioned in one of the stories, that the speaker will become more enthusiastic, and if he sees the hearer is enthusiastic and is more inquisitive. If he sees that the person is moving his head here and there, and looking down and up and sleeping like this, then he will lose interest. It is, I hope all of you must be active and looking. I'm looking only at the camera, so I'm not seeing your face. But maybe that is also, I don't know, it is good that I'm not seeing your face. I'm seeing only imagining the whole story. Nothing is in front of me. Only Bhagavatam is in front of me. I'm just speaking. I'm speaking. And but I'm sure that you're all devoted, devotee-hearted people and devotion filled, and you must be anxiously, without blinking, you must be looking at me on the screen. That I'm also sure. But there should be small lighter movement also. So when the Parikshit Maharaj asked, then Shukadeva Goswami started telling that there was a situation that Indra, as usual, became very proud. So when the proud comes, as I discussed in the beginning, when the proud comes, they behave arrogantly. That is the whole problem. And when the arrogance is there in the heart, then there comes abhiman, aham bhav comes into picture. And when the aham bhav is hurt, you will express your anger. In this way, the whole thing gets, the life gets vitiated. So the Indra was going, he was just going on an elephant, and when he was just moving on an elephant ride in the Swarga with a lot of fanfare, he saw that Agastya Muni also came. This Durvasa Muni came along with disciples, and he was wearing a big garland. Durvasa Muni was having, but somebody offered him, he was wearing. Then he saw that, when he was moving, he went to see the Indra, and he saw him on the road itself when he was taking elephant ride. Then he said, okay, let me bless him. Let me bless him. So then he immediately, he has given to Indra. He has just passed it on to Indra, so the Indra took it. Indra took it not to put on him, he has put that on the trunk of the elephant. He has put it there. Just because this is called action of arrogance. Action of arrogance. So we see many times, of course, if the spiritual master gives a garland, so that should not be taken out for the whole day. But we see many people, the moment he gives, they put it into some other head, like that. So not knowing the greatest mercy, it is just flowing from. So then when it was passed on through somebody to, it has reached the hand of, because Durvasa Muni was on the ground and he was sitting on the elephant. So it has reached. Indra took it and put it on the head of elephant. Elephant is an animal. What you do? It took that garland, put it on earth and trampled it. Then when it just happened in just like that, half a minute, then Durvasa Muni became very much offended. I have to him this very pious to bless him, but he behaved with such an arrogance. It is only because of his opulence is happening. Let him become a pauper. All opulence will just get lost, and he will become a bhikari, a beggar. The moment he cursed this, the whole thing, the glories of Indra are gone, finished. And immediately when the demons came to know that he was cursed, they all attacked him, and as usual, they attacked him and crushed him to down, and he has become pauper. He doesn't have anything. That is the situation. So as usual, the demigods along with all went to Brahma. All went to Brahma to take his advice. He said that now the situation is very serious. I cannot give any great solution. Let us go, all of us. Let us go, all of us, and we'll go to Kshirasagara. That is and we'll pray to Supreme Lord. So then when they appeared, when they prayed in front of the Supreme Lord, he appeared, and there is no need all people to explain again whole story. He knows everything. Then he said that, my dear Brahma, Shambhu, all the demigods, I know for what reason you have come. Now the demigods lost everything. Now we need to find out a solution. What the solution is? Now you make a truce. You make a sandhi along with demons. What? Now there is a need to get the nectar which is hidden in the Kshetra, and when you get this nectar, then again you get back opulence. So this is what, and he clearly mentioned what are things. Turn the ocean. First the poison will come, then so many attractive things will come, and don't get allured by the things. If demons wants to take it, don't stop them, let them take it. If they allow only, you take it. Like that he started giving everything, and the nectar will come. I will ensure that only you will get it. Everything he has told. He said that you please maintain complete control and have complete patience. Sure of your success, you just go and make a truce with them. So when the Supreme Lord himself told everybody become, and Indra went along with all people to Bali Maharaj, because Bali Maharaj was the king at that time. And but when the demigods are coming with a big, but there was no war arrangements, then everybody was little confused why these demigods are coming. So they went and they paid obeisances and sat down, and they said that probably this is the time to make a truce. We'll work together. And we came to know that there is a nectar in the ocean. We can churn out the nectar, and probably we can take together, and both will become strong. Then demons immediately, okay, we'll do it. So when Indra was making proposal, he has his own mind. Anyway, the Lord Vishnu is going to protect and ensure that he will give entire nectar to us only. And that's why he said, okay, we'll get it and we can share. Like that he started saying, but heart in heart he knows that they are not going to, demons are not going to get. Demons also thought, okay, we are going to work together, but we are more powerful. We are going to snatch from him and we drink and let them go. They'll get only pot, empty pot, they thought. So everybody has their own plans, but externally they become friends. So one side the power of the shoulder, other side is power of Vishnu. Power of shoulders and power of Vishnu, both came together. So they all made arrangements. They all made arrangements for the beautiful churning, the unusual, unexpected, inconceivable churning of milk ocean. They decided that, okay, let Mandara Parvata to make it used as a churning rod and Vasuki, because Lord himself told Mandara Parvata to be used as a churning rod and Vasuki as a churning thread, rope. So all the demigods and demons, they went to the Mandara Parvata, lifted it, they wanted to bring it, they brought little bit here and there, but they all simply got tired and they just left it. When they left it, actually it fell on most of the demigods and the demons. Many people's legs, hands, heads at all crushed. Many are died. They are becoming to pulverized. Everybody pulverized. At that time, Lord knows, because he only has given suggestion, so he has to fulfill. So immediately he appeared and he came on Garud. And he simply lifted the Garud, Mandara Parvata with a single hand. Single hand when he lifted, and with his simply looking at, he has given life to all demons and demigods. All they got life. And he simply lifted with one hand and put it on the Garuda. Just imagine, all demigods and demons with all power, they could not lift a bird carrier of Krishna, because he is carrying Krishna, he is also powerful. Garuda could easily carry the entire Mandara Parvata. That is power. If one can become a staunch devotee of Krishna, he can really take a tall task. Even the demigods and demons together cannot really can achieve it, but Garuda could do that. That is the indication that the need of the hour, need of the thing anytime is how we can become a strong devotee of Krishna, strong faith developing in Krishna. Then remaining thing, a tall task, is only a matter of you thinking and doing it and showing it, and they will happen just like that. So the Garud came, just brought it very happily and put near that place, near the Kshirasagara, and went away, because the Vasuki was supposed to come, because when the Garuda is there, the snake cannot come, because Vasuki to be used as a churning rope. So at that time, demigods and demons requested Vasuki to come and ensured that we will give you some portion of nectar to you also. Everybody is given all the things. And when it came, the Vasuki came, and everybody became enthusiastic, and they around they bind it, they put the rope again around the Mandara Parvata, and they took the whole thing into the ocean. When they put it in the ocean, the moment they put it on the ocean, because there was no support, Mandara Parvata just merged into the ocean. All the demigods and demons got aghast. They don't know what to do, because somehow they have brought it by mercy, they have brought it, and Vasuki, they were turned and they took it into ocean, they put it went inside. They don't know what to do. But they simply prayed to Supreme Lord. At that time, suddenly they saw again the whole Mandara Parvata got up. Wow. They don't know how it went, they could imagine, because it is a big stone and is baseless, and the ocean is baseless, and it just went. But to a surprise, the whole thing came up. Why it has happened? This is called inconceivable protection by Supreme Lord. That is called Viloka Vignesha Vidhim Tadeshwaro Duranta Virjo Avithad Visandhihi Krutva Vapu Kachapam Adbhutam Mahad Pravishchatoyam Girimujjahara. At that time, Supreme Lord appeared in the form of Kurma Bhagavan. Same thing is glorified by Jayadev Goswami. Shitiriha Vipulatare Tishtati Tava Prushthe Dharani Dharana Chakra Garishte Eshavadruta Kurma Sharira Jai Jagadisha. So the Supreme Lord that is the power of the Kurma Bhagavan is very interesting. He does everything and you can't imagine how it is happening. That's why when I went to this Kurma Kshetra, the Pujari was telling that, oh, Kurma Bhagavan is very, very great. He does so many things, everything favorable, but you will not be able to imagine unless you know his glories. When he was lifting, because of him only the Amrita Manthana, the Kshirasagara Manthana was possible, and the nectar came out, and nobody knows that how it is floating, because they cannot see, because they are busy in that, and when they are aghast when it went down, and also how it went up, they don't know. They said, okay, it just came out, and they started thinking how to do it. That is power of. And now everybody got ready. God decided, okay, we'll take up the snake head side and let the demons take the tail side. Because really God wanted safety of the demons, because there will be a lot of poison coming, fire is coming from the mouth of Vasuki, because it's a vicious creature. That's why he wanted to. But demigods are always opposing fellow. Oh, if you are catching hold of the head and you are asking us to put the tail is a very impious thing. You are thinking ourselves as very little people. No, we want to hold head. Okay, no discussion. So they got exchange people and started churning. And when started churning, the amazing things started happening. And there was a big narration. We don't have much time to discuss, and all of you should get into the beautiful thing by reading only. I am only giving a sample to bring auspiciousness and attraction. But and at that time the Supreme Lord Kurma felt that he is having nice itching, because if somebody is having itching, if you try to scratch it, you feel very happy. So the Kurma Bhagavan felt that when the big Mandara Parvata was moving, it was like somebody is nicely combing on the itching. He felt very happy, and you feel very nice. So almost he is half sleeping. Kurma Bhagavan is half sleeping. When the half sleeping is there, you will enjoy. Let them do it. So the Kurma Bhagavan is. I hope you have gone to the wonderful Kurma Kshetra, where the Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu also visited. I like that wonderful place. And I offered the Telugu Bhagavatam 18 volumes. And I just put all the 18 volumes in front of the Kurma Bhagavan. And it was so beautiful. And I have captured everything on my some video camera also. But we cannot put it publicly, because because they should not be taking the videos of the Pujari was very favorable to me. He said, okay, no problem, take it. But for my life, it is nicely protected. Nice, wonderful things also happened there. Some other time I will narrate. So at that time, the Supreme Lord again he got in. He just went up the Mandar Parvata, and giving a perfect balance and energy. He has entered as a Sattva Guna into the demigods. He entered as Rajoguna into the demons, and he entered as Tamoguna into Vasuki, so that everybody in the same mode and starts journey. But still not much is happening. Then the Ajita who came for this purpose, then he took the head side and got into that. The moment he took and started churning, things started moving. Because he has appeared for the purpose of churning the milk ocean. The moment he started churning, the real agitation took place. And all the aquatic, they got really disturbed so much. And just first came the Hala Hala. The great danger came out, Hala Hala, which was so poisonous, so much furious, and it started, that is called covering the entire universe, destroying, just like present situation of Corona, spreading. But of course, for our purpose, we know that now it is it's called retrieving. It's going back. It is like the ocean came and it's going back. That we definitely will experience over next 1 or 2 weeks, surely. So when the great danger came, which has just Visha spread, all people came and asked Lord Shiva. And it is mentioned in Srimad Bhagavatam that Vishnu can really very well do it, but he allowed Lord Shiva to get that credit, that he wants to give that credit to Rudrasya Yashashodhaya Swayam Vishnu Risham Vibhoho. Clearly mentioned Bhagavatam. He wants to increase the glories of Lord Shiva, his very devoted personality. And Lord Shiva is very capable, and he is very concerned about all living entities who are going to really suffer from this Hala Hala. That's why, first of all, he told his wife, he did not take permission from his wife, but as a matter of courtesy, as a matter of that, he just mentioned, okay, I am going to drink this poison, and Supreme Lord Krishna will be pleased when we do welfare activity to others. He will be first pleased, okay, what welfare activity we are doing. So when I do that, Lord will be happy, I also will be happy, and everybody will become happy. So let me take it, he mentioned. And he simply took the entire poison into his palms and he just drank. And in that way, and he kept everything in his kantha. That's why, and it has become a bluish. That's called, from then he became Neelakantha. Neelakantha. He has become a special name. The throat portion became bluish or dark bluish. So it has become Neelakantha. Shows that how a Vaishnava is compassionate living entities, compassionate, and that indicates to all devotees that how a devotee really should take all pains for preaching. How devotees really should take for protecting the people, how much pains one should take for preaching. One can take inspiration from the dark, the stained of Lord Shiva. And when Lord Shiva was drinking, some one or two drops, few drops spilled over, which some animals like some scorpions, serpents, and some other oshadhis, some trees, plants also took, and they become very poisonous. So from this story we can see that how Kurma Bhagavan, because as I mentioned, Kurma Bhagavan was glorified even at the almost end of Srimad Bhagavatam. Suta Goswami is very, very fond of the Kurma Bhagavan. He has explained, he has given narration of various incarnations, but at the end, while concluding almost last or one or two slokas before, he just glorifies Kurma Bhagavan. So, because he is a silent protector, is an invisible protector, is an invisible and silent protector, and he would take Hercules, even if a devotee is taking Herculean task, very big task, and he would hold it. He would hold it. He has to simply plan, and he would hold it, and he will be invisible, and he see that it is done, and he feel very happy from that activity. As the Mandar Parvat is moving, is nicely relaxing. So that is a very powerful, very, very merciful Lord. And in the Kurma Kshetra only, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has given instruction to the whole universe. Yare deke tara kahe Krishna upadesh, amara agna hai guru tanhara desh. He has given this instruction at Sri Kurma. He has given the instruction that you take the responsibility of preaching and deliver this. Is given. So the devotees can, especially Telugu devotees, Telugu speaking devotees, they can take very strong inspiration and take the shelter of Sri Kurbanatha, and become successful. Just taking the highest task is your responsibility. Remaining conducting his responsibility. He would take any big task and he will not be visible to you. He will not be visible to you, but it is done, and he will give entire credit to you. This is the beautiful story of the incarnation of Sri Kurma.